Welcome everybody, how's it going? Chris here, and of course to show you guys some comic book goodness. So I got a big haul, I got a lot of new stuff and old stuff to show you guys. So I've kind of separated, just going to show you guys the old haul stuff here. Quickly, haven't read most of it, but really excited. And also, so this came from mycomicshop.com. Also, let you guys know, Thuggy1, his winnings have been ordered from mycomicshop.com, and they will be arriving in a few weeks. Really excited to show you guys that. What's happening there? Cancel that. Okay, so yeah, really fun haul to show you guys here. Like I say, later on, you can see I got some new stuff in the background here. Give you guys my thoughts on that in another video. So quickly, just want to get to this. Really excited for the last two things that are on here. I really didn't think I would have ever found them so soon or got them, you know, at any time really. And I actually had some comic book brothers from the UK having their eye out for this. And I was able to actually find it at mycomicshop.com before they could find it in the UK. So, if you stick around to the end of the video, there's 181 incredible reasons to find out what's at the bottom of the pile. Okay, so there's some clues for you. So let's just get into it. Really excited to show you guys that stuff. Okay, so this one, Amazing Spider-Man Hooky. This is the 2012 reprint, and I believe Tom in a few videos before showed, I think he had the original 80s graphic novel. Art by Bernie Wrightson. It's a macabre story, you know, Spider-Man versus this monster. So it should be really fun to read. If I find the graphic novel for a good price, I'll probably eventually get that too, to have the original. But this will settle me for now. Maybe reading this Bernie Wrightson story will hold me off until, you know, the next Frankenstein Alive, whenever that'll happen. Probably next year. You never know when that thing's coming out. Okay, the next one here. I had to get this one for my Spawn collection. And I think it's going to be a great story as well, too. I have the, you know, first Dark Knight series, and I guess this kind of goes along with that, kind of, I think. But anyways, this is Frank Miller, Todd McFarlane, Spawn, Batman. And this one, like I said, I haven't read, but it's a story that I kind of do know about. And as far as I know, this is the tale where Spawn actually get a batarang right down the middle of his face, which is really interesting. Just badass Batman taking on the Hellspawn. Crazy stuff. And actually carried over into his regular continuity. Al Simmons, he had a shoelace tying up his face for quite a while. So it was nice to see that impact carried over into the actual continuity of the books. Okay, the next one is a what-if tale about a very beloved character within the Wolverine universe, and that is Mariko. So what if Wolverine had married Mariko? Really had to get this one. I think most Wolverine fans are very affectionate towards Mariko, but unfortunately she's a character that was killed off eventually. Wolverine and Mariko met in an Uncanny X-Men tale, and that was followed up by them having this adventure in the miniseries, Wolverine, you know, 1 through 4, the miniseries, and then they were supposed to get married in the Uncanny X-Men. That the you know, engagement went for a couple comics, and then they were supposed to get married, but of course, because of some bad guys, manipulated some things, and that didn't happen, unfortunately. And then in later years, she had been killed, so they never married. So that's really interesting. And hopefully that'll be a really fun read. Okay, next one here, Wolverine Firebreak. Looks like a 07 one-shot Firebreak, and it looks like, or as I was reading, they're supposed to be the terrorist group AIM. Wolverine's supposed to go against here, all the while trying to save a family, getting out of the woods, and also while doing it all blind. I'm assuming by the fire, as you see here, his eyes were probably, you know, burnt away and maybe taking a little longer to heal. So this might be a pretty good story to read. Next one here, a couple of prequels. This one is a nice cardstock. There's a bunch of prequels for this, but I got the Wolverine one, and that's X-Men the Movie prequel, Wolverine, that's the only one I wanted, and I got the nice Hugh Jackman cover. So whether you've liked certain stories, story bits in the movies, some things they got right, some things they really messed up. But anyway, Hugh Jackman has always been a really good Wolverine, I think. Always fun to see him doing, his schnick stuff on screen. So that's why I got the Wolverine cover. Should be really fun to see where in the movie universe where Wolverine was before, and when we see him finally, up to that point in the movie where we first see him in the cage fight meeting Rogue. And another one here, just a paper, regular comic book size and format. Here's X-Men 2 Wolverine, and one of the writers on this was Brian K. Vaughan, so that's interesting. The Hugh Jackman cover again. So this one is supposed to be where expand on the part in X-Men 2 where he goes to Alkali Lake. X-Men 1 he left to go there. He comes in X-Men 2 he goes there. Really doesn't see much. Kind of stares at a deconstructed base on top of Alkali Lake, and that's about it. And comes back, and it makes Wolverine look really stupid. Like he can't figure anything out. Like that was a secret base there or anything like that. So hopefully this expands on that and really makes Wolverine seem a little smarter and have a better adventure with trying to find his past. And supposedly in this one he's supposed to be meeting Sabretooth, which is on the look for the same thing, which is answers to his past. So hopefully that'll be a good adventure. This one, cardstock, little graphic novel, Wolverine Black Rio. I like the cover; it's pretty nice. So this one, a murder mystery at a carnival involving Wolverine, or he's in the midst of it, and it's supposed to be really kind of a creepy carnival murder mystery story. The next one, really kind of cool artwork by somebody who is, I think, famed for their New Mutants art. That's Sinkwich, Bill Sinkwich. And this one, Wolverine Inner Fury, another cardstock graphic novel. So Inner Fury, this one's about... he gets a nanotech virus that's designed to separate the adamantium from him. So that should be really kind of an interesting struggle for him and a really interesting story. Next one, another terrorist group here. There's a few of these, either terrorist stories or murderers. It's kind of funny. But this anti-tech terrorist group that basically wants to kill science as it is, and for them to take over the world. And I guess Wolverine is in the way of that. He might be part of the science, because it probably took a lot of science to put that adamantium on his bones. But yeah, this Wolverine Evolution. So that's kind of a weird thinking about, what the story's about. The group probably needs a lot of science to get rid of the science they're trying to, attack, which, it's kind of funny. So and this is a Boom Boom, and I don't think I've ever read a story with Wolverine and Boom Boom before. Okay, next one here, Wolverine Bloodlust, and I think this one involves Wendigos. And Wolverine, in the Great White North, and I just flipped through it and I saw these monsters which do look like Wendigos, and I always love a fight between Wolverine and Wendigo or Wendigos, or when I see them in Hulk comics or something like that, I really like them. I end up, quite a while ago, buying the first appearance of Wendigo in Marvel Comics. I really like the Wendigo monster. And this one, Wolverine Doombringer. This is a team up between Silver Samurai and Wolverine to stop this evil ancient power or whatever, this monster, Doombringer. So that should be interesting. Okay, so now we're getting down to the last few here, and I'm really excited to show you guys. Really glad to have them, and just everything I've been getting, of course I wanted to, and it does fit so well in my collection. So first one here, this is X-Men Firsts. Is just a paperback, square-bound book. It's so big, I didn't have any actually silver-sized bags besides the Mylar ones. So I had to put it in some nice, shiny, beautiful Mylar. I wish I could put everything in Mylar. Right now I'm just putting, only what I have to put in Mylar, or the really expensive books, the really old books, things like that. But I wish I could change out my, 3,500 plus comics all into Mylar. Anyways, this is X-Men First. This is the issue number 1. And so what this does is reprints a bunch of first appearances by these characters. So you got 4 different characters for their first appearances. So I've never read the first appearances of Sinister, Gambit, and Rogue. But of course I bought it for the first appearance of Wolverine. So it reprints it in color again here. Really kind of cool, I think. Nice cover. It's a really nice cover. Nice art. Okay, so that's really cool. So the last 2 I got to show you together, and as you see, they are big. They are magazine sizes, and they're actually slightly bigger than I guess a North American magazine size. Slightly taller. I don't know if they might be a little bit more thin, more narrow, but just slightly taller. I might have to try to find some different bags for these. So I'll just show them both at once here. I'll go, boom! Look at that beautiful stuff right there. Yes, this is the Mighty World of Marvel magazine. It was a weekly magazine, and of course the first one here that I want to show you guys, the most important one. Well, together they're the most important, but very iconic cover here for sure. This is issue number 198 of Mighty Marvel magazine, July 14th, 1976, which might be one of the first reprintings, I guess it may be, of Wolverine. So this is a black and white magazine, and just starting even with the inside cover, it starts the story, and it's kind of like an anthology magazine. So they have part of the story starts in here, and it does finish up and conclude in here, but also with other characters as well. So this one has Iceman, the action-filled origin of the Uncanny Iceman. So that's what's in that one. And then you have, of course, this is Hulk and Avengers. It's monster against monster when Hulk faces the wrath of the Wendigo. Again, following up the 181 story there. And Conan the Barbarian as well. That's really cool. Originally an 8p magazine. Really, really cool. So I'm really happy. So, my fellas in the UK, I got it. Woohoo! If you guys actually do find it for a good price, let me know. I might still be willing to buy it. But this one, if you look it on eBay, people are trying to sell it for insane, crazy amounts. Don't ever buy this magazine, for $1,000. It's definitely not worth it. I paid more than book price for it. Supposedly this one's only worth about $6, but because of the rarity in North America especially, it's the want for it. Yes, I think it commands more than $6 for sure. This grade is only about 3.5 to a 4, and the other ones here is about 4.55 as for the grade. But I paid under $30 for this one, and I think that was appropriate. Definitely wanted this. I don't think I was going to get another chance to ever find it. And this one was, I think it was under $20 for this one. So yeah, really happy to have it. Happy to share it with you guys. Hopefully you guys like it. Leave your comments and questions below, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.